Derek, what can we expect from this first week's material?
Well, in this first week, we're going to explore some basic principles of learning that play out in almost any teaching context. So I'm a mathematician, so I'm going to try to make a mathematical analogy if I can. If you consider Euclid's Elements, the classic geometry text from the Greek mathematician Euclid, in that text he starts with 5 basic postulates or axioms that he accepts as true. Things like if you can always draw a straight line between any 2 points, or any 2 right angles are equal. From those 5 basic axioms or postulates, he then derives all the theorems of classical geometry. They're all proven using those axioms and postulates and the theorems that he's proved before then. In a similar way, this is not a perfect analogy, teaching and learning isn't quite so clean as that, but I think it's helpful to think about and to know what are some fundamental principles of learning that, again, play out in any teaching situation. All teaching situations are a little bit different. The course you're teaching matters, the students you're teaching matters, even the classroom affects how things play out. But as long as you are implementing these fundamental principles of learning that have been shown through educational and psychological research, then you're likely to be effective in what you're doing. And so in this module, we're going to explore some of those key principles. There are 4 of them. One is that students' prior knowledge and experiences matter in terms of how they learn new material. Another is that how students organize information in their head also matters and helps them develop expertise. A third one is that students need to practice what they're learning and get feedback on that practice. And the 4th one is that the affective domain, the world of emotions and feelings and motivation, that matters as well in a learning environment, and we have to pay attention to that. So in the module, we're going to interview some faculty who are going to kind of talk about how some of these learning principles play out in their own teaching contexts. We also have a series of videos exploring these 4 principles and talking about some additional ways that they play out in different teaching contexts. Some of those feature me, some of them feature my colleague Michele DiPietro. He is the executive director for the Center for Excellence in Teaching and Learning at Kennesaw State University in Georgia. He's also the author, co-author of a book called How Learning Works, which is a really nice introduction to some of these basic fundamental principles and the research literature that supports them. And so in the module, I'll encourage you to look at the stories that we share, think about these principles, and also do a lot of personal reflection. Think about your own experiences as learners and how these different principles have played out in your own experience as a learner. And so we'll be asking you to share that in the forums and in other areas as we go through this week.
Sounds great. Looking forward to it.